Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the video where you will learn complete A to Z Shopify store creation. So if you are a beginner and you do not have any prior experience creating an online store or creating a website, then this is a complete tutorial for you. It's a complete 1 hour plus tutorial in which I'll give you every single instruction on how you can create your online store without needing any developer. So you will learn how to create a stylish looking homepage of your store. You will learn how to add products. You will learn how to add swatches on those products if you have. You will learn how to set up shipping. You will learn how to set up payment and complete A to Z tutorial for a beginner who do not have any prior experience. So if you are the one who are looking to start your business online and you are a fresh small business owner and you do not have a hefty budget to hire a developer and paying a developer $1,000+ to build a Shopify store, then this video is for you, because after watching this video you'll be able to build your store without needing any developer completely on your own. So if you want to learn how to do that, make sure to watch the complete video in which I'll give you a step-by-step instructions on how you can do that on your own. So without further ado, let's get into the screen. So guys, click on the link in the description, which will take you to this page. And here, all you have to do is just enter your email address. So I'm going to add this email address and click on start free trial. So by clicking on this link, you will have your Shopify store for just $1 per month, and it will give you 3 days free trial as well. So let's click on start free trial to go to the next step. And from this screen, you can optionally select all the details if you want to fill up all of the details, or you can click on skip all. Here you will have the option to select the country. After selecting your country, click on next. And from this screen, click on add account, which will take you to this screen. And here you will simply add your password to create a new Shopify account. So that's how your dashboard will look like when you sign up for the first time using your Shopify account. And here you will first choose the plan, which plan you want to move on with. So click on select a plan here and choose the appropriate plan and add your credit card details. You won't be charged as you are on free trial mode. So let's close this pop-up and now visit our store, that how it looks like after we complete all of the sign up process. So from the left hand menu, you're seeing all of the items, orders, products, customers, content, all of that stuff. We'll first click on online store, this small eye icon which says view your online store, to visit our online store. So that's how the initial store will look like. So we have some of the dummy products showing up here, and we have this catalog where again all of the dummy information is showing up. Now let's go to the theme section of our online store. So let's click on online store. And from themes, you can see that by default, we have Dawn activated. As of now, when I'm creating this tutorial, the latest version of Dawn and all of the free themes is 15.0.0. So let's scroll down and explore some of the other themes which Shopify have. So click on visit theme store here. So here we have 212 theme which Shopify offers. So we have pretty cool multiple themes available which we can use on our store. But for this tutorial, I'll go with the free themes. So we have 13 free themes as of now. So let's filter those paid one out and click on free. And here I have worked on almost all of the free themes. So we have Ride, Refresh, Sense, Dawn. Dawn, by the way, is the most used theme which is being used on all of the Shopify stores. We have Origin, Spotlight, and the latest theme which has been released is the trade theme. I'm going to create a detailed tutorial on how you can customize the trade theme of Shopify, but for the sake of this tutorial, we'll stick with the refresh theme because personally I like the feel of this theme a lot. So let's click on refresh. And here we will find out all of the details. You can see we have the latest version, which is version 15.0.0, which is released on June 2024. And we have all of the features showing up. So if we click on see all features here, we can see all of the list of features which is available on this theme. So we have cart notes, in-store pickups, quick buy, slide out cart, and lots of other features which we'll be going through in this tutorial as well. Also, we can set up mega menu as well. So let's install this theme and click on try theme, which will add this theme to our store. Okay, now it's saying that it's adding the refresh theme. If I scroll down, you can see that it's loading and it's being installed. And guys, while this theme is being installed, I have also created multiple other tutorials related to Shopify. So this tutorial is a beginner level tutorial. So you can start from the scratch. If you don't have any prior information, then this tutorial is for you. If you are a little advanced, I have created multiple tutorials. So make sure to subscribe the channel and check out the other tutorials which I have created. Okay, so our refresh theme is ready to be published. So I'm going to click on publish here and then click on publish again. Okay guys, our refresh theme has been published, and now let's try to customize our theme. Let's first preview how our store now looks like. So let's go back to our store, click on the logo icon here, and that's how our store now looks like. So I personally like the color scheme of the refresh theme, and it's basically similar to what my logo is, but a little different, but I personally like this theme. So let's go to our customized settings and understand how the theme structure works in Shopify. So here's this customize button, click on that, and it will open up the theme editor. So here's our theme editor looks like. And on the right hand side, we have showing up all of the details about the keyboard shortcuts. So we can undo if we do something wrong by pressing Command Z. If you are on a Windows, you can press Control Z. So for redo, if you want to redo something, you can simply press Command Y. And for Windows, it's Control Y. So all of these shortcuts, which are pretty handy, I think you should definitely know about these shortcuts. And here we have the templates. So in Shopify, we have different types of templates. So this one is for the home page. And here we have the option to choose templates for products. So if you click on that, you can create a new template for product. Currently, it's not showing an option to create template because we have not added any products yet. I'm going to show you how you can add products step by step as well. Currently, I'm going over the home page and these template sections. You can also create collection templates. Again, I'm gonna go over all of these details. For now, let's just create the home page section. And in home page, we have on top here announcement bar. You can also see that on your left hand side. So these are the sections which we can play around with. So these are the global area, header and footer. So header will be remaining the same throughout the website and as well as the footer. So that's the part which is header, including announcement bar, the logo, the menu, the search icon, and this cart icon. And if we scroll down at the bottom, we have this footer showing up where we have this email sign up and this footer area, which we will also be customizing. And this is the template area, which is specific for every single page. Now for the home page, what we will do is play around with these sections, and we can also drag and drop these. So you can see I just dragged and dropped my slideshow below the featured collection section which we have. And here we have the options. So if you take a look at that, you simply need to click on that and drag and drop to move the section around. And once you click on any of the section, on the right hand side, you will have all of the options showing up for that specific section. So guys, we can also add new section to our homepage template by clicking on this add section text. So if you click on that, you will be able to see the 17 built-in sections which Shopify offer. So image with text, image banner, slideshow, collage, and all of these sections are built in when you add any free themes. Main difference between the paid theme and the free theme is that paid themes offer many different types of sections which are not available in free themes of Shopify. And if you want to add those sections on your free themes, I have created multiple videos related to adding FAQ section, custom contact form, and multiple other sections tutorial which I have created. I'll put all of the link in the description. So if you guys want to add customized section which are beyond the limitation of free section available on free themes, you can follow those tutorials. Okay, so we can simply add in these section and play around with the positioning just like I showed you guys. So you can simply click on these small dots here and then drag and drop to wherever you want them to be, right? So let's first start from the top. So first we will customize this announcement bar, basically changing the text of that announcement bar. So here we have this announcement bar. If we click on that, we can add multiple announcements as a sliding. So we call this top level part section, and under that we have blocks. So announcement bar is a section and welcome to our store is one of the block of that section. We can also add multiple blocks. You can see now I have 5 blocks added on my announcement bar, and I can simply change the text here. So first announcement will be welcome to our store. Second announcement can be free shipping worldwide. Third announcement can be 20% off for order more than 100. And I think these are enough for to show. Now you can see we have these arrows showing up, which is basically to display the next announcement which we add. Also, if we need to add any section or any block, we have this delete icon showing up. So now I would just delete these 2 last blocks because I don't need them. I'm just going to click on these delete icon to delete the blocks. The similar option which we have for section. So we can click on this delete icon here. Alternatively, what we can do is click on that section and we have the option to remove section from the bottom of the section here. Let's go through some of the settings in announcement bar. So we have the option to change color scheme. So if you click on change here, you'll be able to change the color scheme. And for each color scheme, you can customize the colors by going into settings. We will cover that part later because that's a little detailed. So let's go over further options which we have in announcement bar, because announcement bar is a pretty important part of our store because it will be displaying on all of the pages because it's basically an announcement bar, right? So we have the option to show separator lines. We can hide the separator lines and enable them. It's a little hard to see the separator line, but it is there. I'm going to tell you that. And we have the option to show icons on desktop. It's not showing up because we haven't added any social media icons. So let's add some of the social media icons. In order to add social media icons, click on these theme settings. I'm going to open that in a new tab. And here on the left hand side, we have the option to add social media accounts. So as you can see, we have these options showing up where we can add Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, all of these options showing up. By the way, if you're looking to add a custom social icon, I have created that video as well. I'll try my best to put all of the links in the description, but it will be a huge description. So let's see. So I'm going to add just dummy URLs for now in order to show you guys how the social icons will look like on our announcement bar. Okay, I have added these 2 icons, Facebook and Instagram. So after adding these, assuming you have added your own social media icons, now click on save from top right corner. And now let's go back to our folder tab where we have added the announcement bar. I'm also going to click save here. Okay, now when I click on show icons on desktop for social media icons, you can see that our Facebook and Instagram is showing up. And here we have auto rotate announcement option. So if I check it, our announcements which we added will auto rotate itself. And it's also giving us the duration, that how long you want this to be rotated. We have set it to 5 seconds. You can change the duration to be 10 seconds, or if you want it to be 3 seconds. So we have option from 3 seconds to 10 seconds for the rotation to be. Here we have option to enable country region selector. So if you have a store and you are selling on multiple regions and multiple countries, you can enable that on your announcement bar. It's currently not showing up because we'll have to add an additional app in order to translate our store, in order to add more markets. Okay, you can also enable language selector. Again, it's not showing up because we haven't added any languages yet. So I'm going to cover the market part of the Shopify store, and we'll come back to show you guys how you can add language selector and country region selector on your announcement bar. Now we have our announcement bar looking good, and we have added our social media icons. The next part which we'll do is add a logo. So let's click on theme settings here, and here we have option logo. Click on this accordion icon here, and here we have option to add our logo. So click on select image, and we don't have any uploaded images yet. So I'm going to click on upload image, and I have this new store folder created, and I'm going to upload my logo here. Okay, our logo has been uploaded, and then I'm going to click on done. And now you can see our logo is showing up. We can adjust the width of the logo. So it's a little blur right now. So I'm going to make it 200 pixel. I think that one looks fine. Obviously, you'll have to match the color scheme. And to make it look good, I think the header should be white. And in order to make our header white, we are going to go back to our sections by clicking on this icon here. And from here, I'm going to click on header here. And here we have the option to choose color scheme, just like we did on announcement bar. And here you can see we have the color scheme, and I'm going to select the white color scheme and see how it looks. Nope. Okay, I think that one looks much better. I think I should have the black logo of my website uploaded because the white isn't much visible. So what I'm gonna do, I'll just change the logo and upload the black version here. Okay, so let's go back to our settings and then change the logo by clicking on this change button here and click on remove image. Then click on select image again to upload the black version. I'm going to click on add images here. And here I have the black logo available, which I'm going to upload. Click on done. And this one looks way more better than the earlier version, right? Okay, now let's click on save. And now let's go back to our sections. And now we will customize our slider here. So click on slideshow. And once you click on slideshow, on the right hand side, you will have the option to change the layout of the slideshow. And in order to add images, you can add more block or add more slide by clicking on add slide here. So let's choose first image for now. And once you click on this block, this slide here, on the right hand side, you will have the option to select image. So I'm going to click on explore free images, as this is a dummy store which I'm creating for you guys in order to show you how you can create your own Shopify store from scratch. Okay, now click on explore free images, And from here, we will search for t-shirt as we are creating a t-shirt store. And here we have some cool images. And for the slider, I will need a landscape image, not the portrait one. So which one looks good? Okay. Okay, I think this one looks cool, right? So let's click select and select this image. Now you can see that it looks very wide. I mean, the height of this slide is really high and we need it to be medium. So what we're gonna do, we'll click on this slideshow section here and we will select the slide height to be medium, and let's see how it looks. And that's how it looks, and I think it looks fine. It doesn't look much bad, right? We can add few more images, so let's add 2 more blocks and add some images. I'm going to click on add slide, again explore free image, and then again search for t-shirt, and going to add another image. And looks good. Let's click select, add another one. So click on add slide, click on explore free images again, and then let's search for t-shirt and add some more cool images. So that's for our third slide. Now you're noticing that we have this container showing up on the image slideshow, and it's covering the image which we added. In order to remove this container and make this image look good, what we can do here is we can simply, on the right hand side settings, we have this option to show container on desktop. We can simply uncheck it and the container will no longer be visible. Cool, right? And we can simply display only button, and let's remove all of the text here because it's covering our image. So I'm going to remove the text which we have here. Okay, now if we look at our third slide, we have this button in the center showing up, and we will change the positioning of the button to be the bottom. And here we have the option to select the positioning. So we will select it bottom center. And I'm going to name my button to be shop now. Now we will do the similar for the rest of the slides. And let's do for the second one now. So remove the container and remove the text which we have. And now we have this button showing up. I'm going to change the position to be bottom center, just like we did on the third slide. Now let's do the same. I'm going to name it bestseller. Perfect. And now let's click on the first slide. And I'm going to do the same because I personally don't like the container showing up. So I'm going to just remove the container. And the text is visible and the button positioning looks good on this slide. So we will leave it as it is. Now after doing these changes, what we're going to do, we'll click on save. And now let's preview our store, that how it looks like. So that's my store without editing. And let's click on refresh. And here's our store looks like right now. We will fix all of the image cutting off situation as well. So if you have the situation like this, we will just change the alignment of the image. So the third one looks fine. And the second one also looks good. But the first one is cutting off from head. So what we can do here is change the positioning of the image. So let me show you how you can do that. So let's go back here, click on this slide here. We will have this option showing up, and here we can simply click on edit. And here we have the option to add focal point, right? So click on add focal point, and I'm going to drag and drop the focal point to be on top here. So we have this part of the image showing up. Okay, now let's click on save and check out how it looks now. So that's how it looks on the theme editing site. Now when we go to the home page and hit refresh, it's still not right. So we're gonna adjust the focal point again to make it look centered. So let's go back to customize, click on edit here again, and then adjust the focal point to be just top of his head. So our image is not cutting off. Basically, this image is a portrait image, and we are trying to adjust it on a landscape slideshow. That's why it's creating an issue. So it's a good and neat trick where you can simply add the focal point and adjust the positioning. You don't have to go to Photoshop or edit any images like that. So click on save. And now let's wait for it to load. So that's how it looked on our customize. And I'm going to go to my store and hit refresh. And that's how it looks. Looks cool, right? But now you can see that our text is not much visible. So what we will do is change the text color to be white. And now let's do that. And we can simply do that by changing the color scheme. So in all of the sections, we have the option to change color scheme. And in here, we will just scroll down. And here we have the option to change the color scheme. So let's click on this change button here. And then check out the third one. Yep, this one looks much better. We have our picture visible. We have our t-shirt visible, which we are selling. And the title and the button looks good. Cool, right? And now let's click on save. And let's check out the second slide if it looks good. Looks good, but the button is grayed out, you can see, because we haven't yet linked it to our bestseller collection. So for now, let's simply link it to our all collection page. And now you can see that our button is more visible. Now click on save and do the same for the third slide. And here's our third slide. I'm going to simply again link it to our all collection page. Cool. Click on save. And now let's preview our store, hit refresh, and see how our store looks like. For now, up to the slider part, we will be adding more sections below that. So that's how it looks right now. And we have these three images. Okay guys, so below the slider, we will now add a collection list. And in order to populate the collection list, we will have to add products and collections. So let's close these extra tabs here, and I'm just going to open this customize, and I'm going to close this here. And from the dashboard, you have these menu on the left hand side, and click on products here, where we will add our first product. As we are selling t-shirt, we will add our t-shirt product. So click on add product. And I'm going to name my t-shirt as round neck t-shirt. And I'm going to upload images which I have on my laptop. So I have these two t-shirts with black and purple color. And here I have these images uploaded. As you can see, this category meta field, which is new to Shopify, they released it like few weeks back on their summer edition 2024. So here it will automatically select the category, which it should. If it's not the appropriate category, make sure to select it properly. If you have like jewelry product, or if you have any other cosmetic product, make sure to select the appropriate category for that. Let's add in the pricing. So I'm going to sell this t-shirt for $30, and compare ad price will be $40. I'm going to explain what the compare price is. So let's go through with that. You can also add cost per item. So if you want to calculate the profit, and everything in the Shopify analytics. You can add cost per item. We will add a cost per item as $20. So you can see it automatically calculated the profit and margins. Do you want to charge tax on this product? If you want to charge tax separately on this product, check this box. If you don't, just uncheck it. So I'm gonna uncheck that checkbox. Okay, now let's scroll down and see other options which we have. So here we have the option to track quantity. I'm simply going to add my inventory as 10. You can check this if you want to continue selling when out of stock. So if you have 10 inventory item and you got orders for 20, it's going to show out of stock and it's not going to accept new orders. What you can do here is check this box in order for you to receive orders even if you are out of stock. I'm going to left this unchecked. You can add weight and other details. I'm just going to add some dummy information here. So each t-shirt is 250 grams. And you can, now this option is very important where you will add options like size or color. Now Shopify released a new feature where you can add color swatches. Previously, when you wanted to add color swatches on your products, you needed to add additional apps. So Shopify have this option of apps. And if you wanted to add color swatches, you were supposed to add in the color swatches app, which is most of the time is a paid app. But in the summer edition 2024, Shopify released built-in feature to add color swatches, which I'm going to show you guys how you can add that. So click on this color option here, which is called category meta field. And now you have this option to select these colors. Let's select our color, which is black and the purple. Perfect. And after adding this color, click on this add options like size or color. And then we will have an option to connect the meta field. So that's the category meta field which we created by the name of color. And once we click on variants and click on add options like size or color, it will ask to connect that with the meta field which we created here. So click on this color item here. And now we have our color swatches showing up. I'm going to save this product and show you how the color swatches will look like. Then we will also add some sizes to this product. So click on save. Okay, our product is saved now. Let's view our product. Click on preview, which will open up it on a new tab. Now you can see that's how our product page looks like. We have these color swatches showing up. It's saying sold out because we haven't added quantity for our purple color. So that's how our product page looks like right now. Okay, now let's fill in the remaining details where we will add some sizes and we will also add the quantity for this purple color so it's not showing sold out. Okay, so let's go back to the product page. And now let's click on add another option below variants to add sizes. Click on this size. And here, let's add in sizes as small, medium, and large. So you don't have to add in manually. It's automatically detecting everything from this category meta field, which is really cool. It wasn't available previously before summer edition 2024, but in this summer edition 2024, they have added this cool feature. Okay, now click on done. And now let's fill in the availability of the purple color here. And I'm going to add 10 here. So we are not showing sold out to our customers. Now click on save and preview our product again. Okay, let's preview the product again. Close the old tab here. And here you go. We have these sizes showing up and we have these colors showing up. So in black color, we have not added the quantity for medium and large. That's why it's showing sold out. But you get the idea of how you can set that up, right? Now, I'm going to add some more products so we can create collections and show you guys how to add the collection and how to add those products to those collections. Okay guys, so I have imported some products from my other store and we have now a few other products. Now I'm going to show you guys how you can create collections. So let's click on collections. And here we have collection 1, 2, 3 by default created by Shopify. And we are going to delete these collections here. So click this checkbox here. And then from these three small dots, click on delete collections. And one more time, click on delete. So click on create collection and name the first collection to be t-shirts, as we have t-shirts mostly on our store. And from there, you have the option to add products manually. You can also create automated collection. So what do you mean by automated collection? Let me explain you guys. So you won't be needing to add manually every single time whenever you create a new product to that collection. What you can do here is simply click on automated and you can add product tag is equal to t-shirt. Now, whenever you will create a new t-shirt product and that t-shirt product have t-shirt tag or whatever tag you select added, it will automatically add that product to that specific collection. And if you want, you can add more conditions and select which conditions you want to match it as true if you want this automated collection to automatically be updating whenever you add new product, right? So for now, we'll just go with the manual one. And once we select on manual, we'll click on save. And after saving this collection, we are going to select the products manually. Now it's giving us the option to browse the products. Now click on browse here and select the t-shirt products. So these are all of the t-shirt products which we have on our store, right? Now click on add and now click on save. So it automatically saved. Now we will create a different collection for the other products which we have. So let's go back to collections by clicking on collections here. And then one more time, click on create collection. And now we will name this collection as leather cases. And again, we will just select the manual and then click on save. And now let's browse those products which we have as leather cases. So click on browse. And these are the leather cases which we have on our store. So we have this leather case for AirPod and we have this leather wireless charger, right? So let's click on add and it automatically added these products to that collection. Now let's go back to our customize and add these as collection list below the slider which we created. So that's our customize settings. I'm going to hit refresh here. And now let's scroll down below the slider. And here you can see that it automatically showing the featured products which we added on our store. And let's click on the sections here. And we will add a new section called collection list. So here we have this collection list showing up. And now we will select our collections from here. So here we have these three collections showing up as a block within the section. I'm going to delete this third one because we just have two collections in our store. And let's click on collection list to change the number of columns to be 2. Okay, now we have these two collections which will show up when we select them. Let's go back by clicking on this arrow icon. Click on collection here. And now we have the option to select collection. Click on select collection and then click on leather cases. And let's click on select. Let's go back to the other collection. Click here. Click on select collection here. And then select the one with the t-shirts. Looks cool, right? So we have slider, we have featured products which automatically showed up, and we have our collection list showing up. Now I wanted to tell you about the compare pricing for the product. Remember we added this on our round t-shirt neck. So that's what the compare pricing do. So it basically shows you the crossed out pricing whenever you add compare pricing. So it shows that it was actually for $40, but it is now on sale for $30. And when you visit the collection page or the home page, you can see that it shows this sale badge here. If you want to change this sale badge to say something else, or if you have any custom text which you want to add here, Or even if you want to make this animated and you want to display percentage discount, I have created a separate tutorial. I'll put the link in the description, or you will find that video on the screen, which you can implement and add the percent discount offer here. Okay, we are almost done with the home page. So let's go to our home page and hit refresh to see how it looks. So that's our announcement bar, our social media icons, our logo showing up, and we have these cool slide images. We have our featured product showing up, and we have our collection showing up. Okay, now we will set up our footer of the theme. And for that, let's go back to our customize settings. And here we can just scroll down from this left menu here and select on footer. And here we have the options of footer. So we can change the color scheme if we want. And I think this one looks completely fine. This one looks fine. We have email sign up above the footer. So if you want the email sign up to be showing up here, you can simply enable it by clicking on this eye icon. But the important thing in our footer is showing up the policy links. So how we can set that up? So we have social media icons. We already added the social media icons when we were setting up the announcement bar, and you added those icons on theme settings, right? So the country, region selector, and language selector. So let me show you guys the market settings of how you can enable the country region select. So I'm going to open that in a new tab. And here we have these countries showing up. So we have these two countries. We can add additional market. So I'm going to click on add market. And let's suppose I'm adding Europe as market. And now let's select the European countries. So we have this Africa showing up here. I'm going to close this from accordion, close the Asia. And here we have some European countries showing up. So let's add few of the countries so you can see how the country selector is showing up. So we added these 4 countries in the Europe market, and then click on add market. And now we have this market settings showing up. We can also add language. So we will also be showing language selector. So click on this languages and domains. And for adding the languages, you'll have to add Shopify Translate and Adopt app, which is the free language translator Shopify app from Shopify store. So let's click on install to install this Shopify app. And now it's going to take us to this screen where we will install our Translate and Adopt Shopify app so we can create language in the new market which we created. Okay. We have this app added. And now let's go back to our settings where we had markets. And now in our Europe, we will add the other language which we wanted to add in order to show the language selector. I'm assuming you're selling your products to multiple countries, right? So let's click on languages and domains. And now I'm going to click on add language. Remember, we had this translate and adopt Shopify app showing up. It's no longer showing up, meaning now we have the option to add languages. Now click on add languages, and here we will be adding languages. So before adding language, we will have to manage the domains, and in manage domain section, we will just select use subfolder. So it will basically create the domain suffix. So this is your primary URL. It will basically add slash and then whatever language you choose to add in. Cool. Okay, I'm just going to add EU here as it's a European market. Click on save. And now let's click on add language again and then click on add more languages. I'm going to select add language again. And here I'm going to select Spanish, for example. I'm just showing you as an example. You guys can add multiple language. So click on next. And here we will select which market our language will show up. We will select this to this market which we added, and then click on done. Perfect. We have our language added, and we also have our market added if we go to our markets. Cool. Now we will have the option to add country selector and language selector on our footer. So let's go back to our customize and hit refresh here. Scroll down to our footer. Okay, one thing which we forgot to do is activate that market. Yeah, that's why it's not showing up. So let's click on Europe, and here we have this inactive option. We'll have to activate this market. Now it's saying that this market cannot be activated because we have not added any shipping rates. So let's add in the shipping rates as well. And here I'm just going to select this general for all products and let it be as the standard. For the shipping rate, so currently it's set for free. You can add your own shipping price if you want to by clicking on this add rate here, and this is for the international countries, and it's basically showing all of the details here. I'm not going to go into details because first we need to show up the language selector and the country selector, and we will discuss in detail about the shipping and delivery settings. Okay, now let's see if our market is active. So click on markets again, and our market is still not active. General shipping rates, international, create zone. Okay, so we have not added the shipping for the 3 European countries here. We have this international, but our countries are maybe not showing up here, right? Okay, so let's create a new zone for these 3 countries here. Click on create zone, and here we will select the countries which we have in our Europe. So here these countries are. I'm going to select these 3 countries, click on done, name this zone as Europe, and then click on done. Perfect. Now let's click on save. And now let's add in the rate for our Europe zone. Click on add rate. And I'm going to just add in the flat rate just for show you guys. Let's name it free. And then click on save again. Okay, we have added our shipping rate. So what we did first is create the market, and then we added the language, selected the domain, and then added the shipping for that zone. Now let's go back to markets. And from here, let's click on our Europe market, which we added. And from this inactive button here, now we can see that we have this active showing up. Click on active and then click on save from the top. Perfect. Now let's go back to our customized settings and hit refresh to make sure that our language selector and our country selector is showing up. So click refresh. And now let's scroll down to the bottom. And now you can see that our country region selector is showing up. Now let's see why the language selector is still not showing up. So we're going to go back to the language settings on a new tab. And here we have just one language. We don't have yet Spanish language added. So what we're going to do here is click on translate and then go to translate and adopt. And what this app will basically do, it will automatically translate all of the store, right? So let's click on auto translate. By the way, I have created a detailed video on translate and adopt and how you can use that app to translate your whole store. I'll add the link in the description, or you will see this video somewhere around the screen. Okay, now let's click on auto translate and then click on translate again. Okay guys, our store has been translated. Now let's go to language settings and then publish this language. So let's click on settings and click on languages here. And here you can see unpublished language. Click on these three small dots and then click on publish. Now we have two languages on our store and we have two different markets. So one is my country, Pakistan, and the other one is the Europe. And the languages, we have these two languages. Now let's go to our customized settings again and see if we have our language selector showing up. So click on refresh. And now after refreshing, we have these markets showing up on this drop down menu here. We have added the other language on the European market and not any other market. So we will go to Europe to see if we have the language selector showing up. Okay, now let's scroll down. And you can also see that in header as well, we have this country selector and we have this language selector on our header showing up as well. And if we scroll down on the footer, we have that language selector and country selector showing up. Now, in this part, you learned how to create markets, how to create and auto translate languages, and you added that in the footer, the country selector and the language selector. You can also disable that from header as well. So if you click here on the header part, you will have this option to enable and disable from header as well. So if you just want it on footer, you can simply uncheck it and it will not be showing up. And if you just want it on the footer or just the header, you can do that. But in my suggestion, it looks real good on the header, not on the footer. So what I'm gonna do, I'll just check it and uncheck it from the footer. So let's go back to the footer and uncheck our language selector and country region selector from the footer. Now we will add a privacy policy and terms and conditions, and how you can do that. So you can see this option here, the policy links. Click on this policy settings and open that in a new tab. I'm going to open that in a new tab. I'm going to close the market and the languages window for now. And let's open up the policy. Now you can see that we do not have return and refund policy. So first we will add a return and refund policy. And Shopify has the really cool way to add return and refund policy. All we have to do is just click on it and then click on insert template. And we have a return and refund policy added. Obviously you will tweak it as per your requirement, but you will just have to change some days and some of the basic stuff which you'll need to change. Rest of the stuff Shopify has taken care of. Okay, now click on save. And now we will do the same with the privacy policy, terms of service, shipping policy, and contact information, which we will need to add. So let's add in those stuff. So for shipping policy, we'll just say 14-day shipping time or whatever you have. Click on save. And now let's hit refresh. And here we have our return policy, privacy policy, and all of these terms of services added. Now let's click on contact information and add in your contact information. I'm just going to add in my email address. And then click on save. Perfect. Now let's go back to our store and hit refresh. Okay, now you can see that our refund policy and all of these terms and conditions have been added by Shopify. Also make this 4 column. If you want to make it 4 column, you can do that as well. Footer, add block. We will switch default as we are currently just only editing the Europe market. So as you can see, we switched to Europe and now we will add text to image section only on this market. So click add sections. As you can see, it's already saying add sections to Europe. Now I'm going to select image with text. Click on continue and then I'm going to add just change the image for now in order to see how it's gonna work. So let's click on select image, and I'm going to select the t-shirt image which we added already. Click on done, and let's click on save. Now let's go to our store and hit refresh. So currently we are in default market, and as you can see, our text with image section is not showing up below the collection list. But now if I switch it to any European market countries, like these 4 countries which we added in a Europe market, you can see that we have this image with text showing up. So now we can create a customized theme based on the market specifically. So if you want to have a different sections for Europe market, and you want to have different sections for your local market or any other market, you can do that as well. Great. Okay, so I'm going to delete this section for now. So click on this delete icon, click on save. And now I'm going to add 4 column layout to my footer. And let's just switch back to my default market. Scroll down. And here we will make our footer to be 4 column. And to do that, we have this option to add block. And from here, let's first add the menu. And now you can see we have our menu showing up. And now let's click on add block again to add brand information. Okay, so our social is already showing up here. So I'm just going to delete that one and add the text one and the image one to make our footer 3 columns. Perfect. And for the image, I'm just going to select the logo image. So let's scroll down and select this one for the brand image. Let's increase the width to be 200. Looks good. And as we already have the language and country selector on our header, what we're going to do, we'll remove it from the footer. So select this footer section part here and just uncheck our country region selector and language select. Perfect. Now our footer looks much neat and clean. Okay, now we will take a look at the menu part. So we have here the footer menu showing up. So if we click on quick links, it says that we have this footer menu. Now we will add some links here, and we will also add some links on our header menu here. And how we can do that? So let's go back to our backend. And here below pages, we have navigation, and here we have our navigation. So click on main menu and we will add some more text here. So we have catalog. What we're going to do, we'll add our collection item. So one of our collection is t-shirts. So let's name it t-shirts. And from this here, let's select collections. You can add blocks, links. You can add blog post links. You can also add policies links here. For now, I'm going to link my collection, which is the t-shirts collection. And let's click on add. Scroll it down below home. And catalog, I'm going to delete that. So you can delete here. Click on add menu item to add the second collection which we have, which is for leather cases. So again, click on collections and then click on leather cases here and then click on add. You can also filter collection with tags. So for example, if you want to have leather cases, black color only, just giving you an example, you can simply add the tags on the products and filter that menu item with the tags you add here, right? So that's really a cool feature. For now, I'm just going to add leather cases. And now let's click on add. And now scroll it above the leather cases. Perfect. Now click on save menu for the main menu. And we're gonna do the same thing for the footer menu. So let's go to footer menu. And here we will add our collections. So deleted the existing menu item, then click on add menu item, going to add t-shirts. So here's my t-shirts collection, click on add, Once again, click on add menu item and then add the other collection which we have called leather cases. Click on collections and select leather cases. Perfect. Click on add and then click on save menu. Now if we go to our store and hit refresh, we will see the updated menu on our header and footer. So here you can see we have our menu updated, and if we scroll down to the bottom, we have our footer menu also updated. You can add your own text here. I've just added the dummy information because you can add text information from ChatGPT and all of the text generation models available right now for you to help with the content of your website. Okay, now let's go over theme settings and let's go to customize, and here we have this gear icon showing up the theme settings. We'll go over some of the theme settings features. So on top of the theme settings, we have logo. We already added the logo to our store, and below that we have the option to add favicon. And how we can add that, so click on select image and I'm going to upload the favicon which I have. So let's go to desktop and here's the favicon. Click on open and it's uploaded. Now once uploaded, click on done and click on save. Now I'm going to show you guys what the favicon is. So you're noticing this globe icon on my store, right? Which looks a little unprofessional, and as we have now updated the favicon, it will show our icon here. So click on refresh. And now you can see our favicon which we uploaded is showing up and looks pretty professional. Okay, so let's move on to the settings below, which we have is colors. And here we can select the color schemes. We can also change the color scheme. So if we click on any of the color scheme, you can see we have the option to change the text color. We have the option to select the button background color. And we have these 5 schemes by default created by Shopify. We can add additional scheme and define a heading color, button color, and text color. I already show you guys how to change the color scheme on the buttons, and you can, if you want to add additional color scheme, you can do that from here. Typography, meaning we can change the fonts. If we want to change the font to the custom font, I have created a separate tutorial. So we have the option here to change the font, the available fonts which we have showing up here. But if you want to add a premium font which is not available in Shopify, I have created a separate tutorial for that. You will find the link somewhere in the screen or in the description. Okay, you know now how to change the fonts. You can change the font size from here. And here we have the layout option. So in layout, we have the option to change the page width, and we can adjust the horizontal and vertical spacing from these settings. Below layout, we have multiple other settings like variant pills. If you want to change the way how the variant pills in product variant looks like, we're gonna go over the product and collection page shortly, so we'll leave the settings behind. And we have lots of different other settings, brand information, headline, description, social media. We already added the social media on our header and footer. I showed you guys how you can do that. So now let's go over the product and collection page. We have our home page ready to go. Now let's go over most important page of our store, which is going to be the product page. Now from this top menu here, we have this products menu item. Click on that and then click on default product. You can also create multiple templates for product page. So if you have multiple products where you make them look differently, you can create a separate template. Currently, we just have one template page, which is called default product. Now click on default product and see how our product page looks like. So let's click on this section icon here. And here we have the information on the left hand side, which is displaying on our product page. So we have price showing up, we have this main featured image and thumbnail images below the featured image, and we have our product description showing up here. We also have this you may also like section, meaning a section which the visitor might want to see. And you can also rename this section to be frequently bought, which can make it a little more attractive and make your buyer intent more faster. Okay, so let's take a look at the product information of what we can do here. So if we click on product information, we have option to change the media image. So currently it's displaying main featured image as small size. We can display it to be medium and large. Whatever your product page suits you, you can select it to be as the same size. I think the small looks fine here because our product image is a square shape, and I think small looks fine. Now for the desktop layout, we have 2-column option where we will have these stacked images in 2 columns, and we have the thumbnail carousel. Personally, I like the thumbnail carousel most because that's how it works, right? Which is pretty cool. And we have the option to open the main featured image to be open in the lightbox. So you can see we have this small zoom icon showing up. When you click on that, it will basically make your images expanded and zoomed in. You can disable this feature by clicking on no zoom, or you can also have click and hover, which is this here. So personally, I like the click and hover feature more rather than having the open lightbox, which will open up the whole different pop-up to show the product images. Okay, now let's click on save. And here we don't have much to change here. We can simply play with the variant picker. So this product does not have the variant. So let's change the product view from here. So we are previewing this product. We're gonna view the product where we have variant. If you remember, we created this round neck t-shirt where we added the color swatches as well. So here's this product with the color swatches. Cool. Now we have the option to change the variant picker. So the color swatches is also called variant picker. So if you click on that, you have this option where you can simply change the swatch size to be square, and you can also hide the color swatches by clicking on none. So now you have the simple pills showing up, and you can also change it to be drop down. So if you want your product to display in a drop down mode, you can select drop down here, and if you want color swatches, which I think you should definitely have, click on pills and then click on circle or square. I personally like the square most, which is making it more attractive. And here we have the quantity selector. If you do not want your visitor to select in the quantity, you can simply hide or delete it from here. So if you hide it, they won't be able to change in the quantity, and they will just be able to add one single quantity on the product page. Okay guys, so that's it for the product page. You can add additional section on the product page by clicking on add section here. We have the option to add all of the section which we were seeing in the home page. So if you want to add featured collection section or any other section, you can add that. But always remember that whatever section you will add on the default product page template, it's going to show on all of the products. So if you want to display a section which is product specific, you will have to create a new template from this drop down menu. Go to products and then create a new template. And once you create that new template, you will have to assign that template on the product page. So let's go to my store backend and then click on products and then select any of the product, for example, the one which we created. And here we have the option to change the template. So now you are seeing that we have assigned default product. Now imagine you want to add section which is only for this specific product. What we're gonna do, we'll simply click here, click on products, click on create template, and name this template to be whatever the product name is. I guess it's fine. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it round neck t-shirt. Perfect. Now let's click on create template. And now this template is visible only for the product. So let's change our product preview to be the one which is round neck t-shirt. And now whatever sections which we will add on this product page template, so let's suppose add image with text section here below the you may also like, and then click on save. And now let's assign this template to that specific product. So let's go back to the products and hit refresh here. And now let's assign the product page template round neck t-shirt to be this one, and then click on save. Now, if we will check other products, we won't be seeing the text image section. So if we click preview that product, we have this image with text section showing up. But if we check out the other products on our store, we won't have this section showing up. So let's select any of the other product which we have. Let's suppose this one. And you can see we do not have text with image section below the you may also like section. So that's how you can create a separate template for the product page and create specific sections. Now we have gone through the home page and the product page. Now we will see how our collection page looks like. So let's go to our customize settings again. Here we are on customize settings. Let's click on this top menu again, and then click on collections and then default collections. So that's how our default collection page looks like. Here we have filters showing up for availability and for price. And if you want to add custom filter, I have created a separate video for that. Again, link will be in the description. So you can learn how to add custom filter on your Shopify store if you want to add age filter, or if you want to add different type of filters on your collection page. Now for collection page, that's the part where you will be able to add more section. Simply add it by clicking on add section and then click on image banner, and then name your collection here. So you can simply click on image banner text, and here you have the option to display your collection title dynamically. So this is called the connect dynamic source, and if you click on that, you have this option here which will basically display the collection title dynamically to all of your collection page. So you don't have to create separate template for each collection page. You can simply pull in the title dynamically for your collection page. And for the image, you can also do that dynamically. So if you click on image banner and this first image, you can simply connect dynamic source and pull up your collection image. Now let me show you where this image is being pulled from. Click on save, and let's go back to the backend and click on products and then click on collections. And here we will have to add the image for our collections. So for example, let's add in the image for leather case and t-shirts. So click on leather cases, and I'm going to add this image here in option where we have to add featured image for the collection. So click on add image and add in any product image here. So I'm going to add this product. Actually, we have these images which we want to show up. Okay, let's click on add image and add the image for this collection. So here we have this leather cases image which I'm going to add, and click on save after adding the image. And now let's do the same for the other collection which we have. Perfect. After adding the image, click on save. And now let's preview our collection pages on our store. So if we go to t-shirts, you can see that we have t-shirt collection showing up with the featured image of t-shirts. And if we do the same for the leather cases, we have this leather cases showing up. So you don't have to create multiple templates. You can simply select the dynamic collection title and the collection featured image. And all you have to do is simply create new collection, and it will automatically take the dynamic image and the collection title. Cool. We have gone through the home page customization, product page customization, collection page customization. Now, one of the most important part of the store is to have good looking checkout, because that's where your customer will be going out at the end, right? So let's go back to our customized settings, and from here from this drop down, go to our checkout, which is showing up here, checkout and new customer accounts. And here we will have the option to add a logo to our checkout and do some pretty basic label customization, because Shopify doesn't allow much customization on checkout because it's secure gateway for entering the payment information, right? So let's add our logo first. So click on add logo, and I'm going to add my logo here. And you can also add the background image. So let's add in the background image to be this one. And the background color can also be changed. And we have some other option to do the transparent font, white font. We can also change the heading fonts, and we can also change the checkout layout to be one page. So currently it's a one page checkout layout. We have 3-page checkout as well, where we will have delivery, shipping and payment information on 3 separate pages. Currently we are looking at the 1-page checkout information, where we have payment also showing up on the same page. If we go to our 3-page checkout, you can see that we do not have payment showing up here. All we have to do is just fill in the shipping information, and when we click on continue to shipping, it will ask on the 3rd step the payment information. Okay, so we have gone through the checkout page as well. Now after completing all of the product collection and the checkout page settings, you will need to set up the payment, obviously, which is one of the most important thing. We already did set up the shipping when we were adding language selector and when we were adding markets. So we already have that shipping and delivery set up. If you want to change or add new shipping, you can simply go to settings and click on shipping and delivery. And here we have the option to add multiple rates to our shipping. Okay, after you set up shipping, make sure to set up the payment, because if the payment method is not set up, no one will be able to check out, because it will give you the payment method error. So all you have to do is from payments, click on add payment method and search your payment provider from here. So if you have Stripe or anything, you can add in your payment method. Shopify personally provide their own payment gateway, and they prefer the payment gateway, where you will show up here. So in choose a payment gateway, you have these options where you have Stripe and all other payment gateways which you can basically add to your store. And once you set up the payment and everything is functioning, make sure to make a test order. So create a $1 product and test your payment gateway that if it's working properly, and review your website completely in the mobile version, which is a really important, because most of the visitors will be visiting your store on the mobile version. Now Shopify has a way to customize theme specifically on the mobile version. So if we go to our customize settings, so where is our customize setting? Let's go back to our customize settings, online store, click on customize. And now that's the desktop version of our homepage. Make sure to check every single page in the mobile version, because that's very important thing to do. So here you have the option to select the mobile version, and you can simply customize your store in the mobile version by clicking on this mobile icon. And here's how your store will look like in the mobile version. So make sure to always review mobile version of your store, which is very important, because if your desktop version have few glitches, it doesn't really matter. But if you have glitches in your mobile version, then it makes a lot of difference, because 70 to 80% of the traffic will be coming through the mobile version. So make sure to properly optimize your mobile version. One other thing I would like to add before I end this tutorial, make sure to have proper meta title and meta description. I keep repeating this on all of my tutorial that SEO is really important. No matter how cool your layout is looking, but if you do not have it properly SEO optimized, then it's losing a lot of traffic. Now in product page, how you can add meta title and description. So let's go back to our product page, click on products and click on any of the product and scroll down to the bottom. And here you have the option to add in meta title and meta description. So click on this pencil icon here, and the page title is also called meta title in language of SEO. So make sure to have keywords showing up on your page title and keywords showing up on your page description, and make sure that the character length, which is you can see here, it should be same as the recommended. So we have the 70 characters limit here and we have used 22. Make sure to add in more keywords here. Similarly, for meta description, we were supposed to use 320, but we used 321. So make sure to add the meta description within the character limit, which is really important. And for your store, for your main homepage, so if you click on sales channel, online store, and then preferences, here you have the option to add in homepage, meta title and meta description, which should reflect all of the products which you are selling. So if you're selling t-shirt, I would add meta title to be best t-shirt store in New York or wherever you are selling your products. And make sure to add in all of the keywords and consume all of the 70 characters. If someone is searching your store in Google or any other search engine, it will show up the proper meta title and meta description. And I think that's it for the tutorial, guys. In this tutorial, we learned how to create a homepage, product page, collection page. We learned how to set up shipping. We learned how to add dynamic title on our collection page. We learned how to create new markets. We learned how to add shipping, and we learned how to add multiple language in our store as well. And finally, we did the search engine optimization go through for the short period of time at the last of the video. And that's it for the video. If you guys like, let me know in the comment below. And if you want to learn more about Shopify or any other platform, make sure to let me know in the comment below. I'll definitely create a tutorial for you. Until next video, have a great day.